All right, guys, welcome to another edition of So You Want to Be an Entrepreneur, where we're interviewing real business owners about the ups and downs of being a business owner. On today's episode, we're actually talking to a restaurant owner.
Hi guys, my name is Alex Manugian. I'm the owner of Cafe X2O. I've been in business for over 4 years. Armenian, born and raised in Lebanon. Came out here, went to college. I studied business accounting. But soon after that, instead of engaging into like a public firm and becoming a CPA, I ventured into my own businesses. So the first business I got involved with was security surveillance. And then within about 20 years after, I was looking for something a little bit more leisureful, something that I could expand my mind in, not so structured, and also economically that was facing a downturn. So I got into something as a hobby almost, only because of hookah and the food and the familiarity of it. So I took a chance at opening a cafe with a hookah lounge. My dad had retail stores, so I thought I wanted to get into business, but it seems like naturally entrepreneurship was more of a something that came naturally to me. So yeah, I do remember early on when I didn't have to get part-time jobs, I always did. When I knew somebody who was working at a place, I kind of went in and tried to get some products and go sell it myself. So I would say it was always in me. I knew of this place, this restaurant, which was on Kitchen Nightmare, then followed up with the story of how the original owner left and whoever was operating it had just kind of walked into it with some business loans, with family money, and it seemed like they weren't gonna last long. And so it just so happened that between my business office and my house, I just saw the convenience and the opportunity into seeing this place become of what I had envisioned as a cafe with hookah. As far as initial investment, this place between a partner and myself was at about maybe $35,000 each, even though we thought it was a turnkey walk-in. We put a lot of work into it. We spent a couple of months ourselves managing projects, anywhere from paint to furniture to equipment in the kitchen. So it was relatively a small investment. In my case, my partner is the one who had the restaurant experience, and I had, I would say, management, business experience, and was exposed to multiple different companies, organizations, and dealt with a lot of challenges in the security world. So I think the combination of that two is what allowed us to have success right from the beginning. When you find a partner, the importance is, I guess, the objectives of each partner, what they're trying to get out of this, what they're willing to put in, and if all that matches up, it could be a great thing. In our case, I kept all restaurants, and he got a payout. Well, now that things have really moved on to like a smooth operation level, there are a lot of normalcies. I'm fortunate enough that I could wake up relatively late, 9 to 10 maybe in the morning, finally start taking care of myself, going to the gym. Then by the afternoon, unless there's some side work to be done outside of the restaurant, such as shopping for new equipment, things missing from restaurants, or visiting the other sites, I really don't kind of get in till dinner starts. It wasn't always that way, and up to now still, I don't get to go home till past midnight every day. There are, although a lot of freedoms that I have found on a given week, you could also be ready to spend an entire week working from morning till midnight if you have shortage in staff, or if the business has all of a sudden picked up tremendously due to seasonal reasons, holidays, and so forth. So you're pretty much not going to be committed, or you have to be ready to lose out on soccer tournaments, family functions, trips, because the doors, as long as they're open, you're responsible for showing up and being here. The biggest challenge is trying to have people perceive you and your vision the way you want it. Because no matter how diligent you want to be, no matter what your intentions are, it's really easy due to other people, other influences and stories, for people to perceive you as something completely other than what you're at. This is a challenge when it comes to basically even house policies. Having that in that small attention span, being able to communicate to people why certain things are the way they are. The biggest win has been the people's appreciation for the quality and the standards that we've tried to do things with. It's amazing to see how many people not only return after their first visit, they try to return within relatively short time, the same week or the following week, and majority of them want to bring a friend. So seeing your product be appreciated by an unbiased person who spent money on it and become instant regulars, in most cases, that's been the biggest win. No, because if you are, it really takes away from your flexibility. And I think flexibility and adjusting is probably one of the best strengths you can have as an entrepreneur. Although it happened to me accidentally, just look at the restaurant and what you're trying to offer as a customer first. A lot of restaurants that I even go to, I see the owner's vision. I see a really nice name, maybe trendy decoration, a nice location, quite a bit invested. But when it comes down to it, those are all maybe features that as an owner, somebody could be prideful of. But if you switch seats and sit from a customer's point of view, look at what you're receiving in value and quality and need, if you could get that, see it as a customer first, then build around that, I believe that's going to be the first focus, first part of your planning.
All right, what did we learn today, guys? 1, you don't need a background or experience in the field in which you start your business, but it may be smart to get a partner who understands the things that you don't. 2, when choosing a partner, make sure both your goals and outcomes align before you get into business together. 3, you must be ready to sacrifice. Family events, parties, social gatherings, all of them will be missed if you want to run a successful business. And last, as a business owner, ask yourself, can you cast a big enough vision that both your employees and your customers know why you're in business and where you're headed? All right, guys, thanks for watching another episode of So You Want to Be an Entrepreneur. Don't forget to like it, share it with a friend that wants to be an entrepreneur, and subscribe to our channel. And as always, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, we have to get you from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset. I'm Chris Muzan. I'll see you guys next week.